All right, fourth graders, we have made it to Unit 5, Lesson 13. Today we'll be learning how to check the products or answers of our 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication numbers. So keep in mind that we'll be using estimation to check our products or check our answers, and then also finding the exact numbers. Keep in mind that when we do estimate our numbers, we'll be using that skill of front-end estimation, where unless they tell you which place to round to, you'll be using that front number and then looking next door to decide. Remember our little rhyme? 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. So let's do some examples together. This first one is 87 times 54. So first thing I'll do is round. Keep in mind I'm going to be looking at my front numbers. So in front here I have an 8. Next door I have a 7. 7 is strong, so that's going to bump it up. So this is pretty close to the number 90. And times 5, look next door, 4 or less, let it rest. So this is closer to 50 than it is to 60. So this estimated answer of 90 times 50, so remember the front numbers, 9 times 5 is 45. Bring in my magic zeros. There's 1, 2 in the problem, so I need 1, 2 in my answer. So my exact answer should be pretty close to 4,500. Let's give it a whirl. Get my work ready over here. 87 times 54. So I'll begin by taking 4 times 7, which is 28. Put the 8 down, carry the 2. Continue doing 4 times 8, which is 32, plus 2, 34. All right, check off my ones place, done. Get my placeholder ready. Since I'm working in the tens place, I need to be working in that in my answer area as well. Shoop, get rid of my old numbers that have been carried. Now I begin. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 down, carry my 3. Then 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3, 43. Last thing I have to do is add up my answers so far from the multiplication. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 5, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. And nothing plus 4 gives me 4. So as you can see, my exact answer is pretty close to my estimate of 4,698. Now, you would notice if I got something like, let's say I forgot this 0. That'd be terrible. You'd notice that I'd get a number that would probably be closer to, say, 1,000 or something like that, or maybe even less than that. And then looking at my estimate, I could see and be like, whoa, I'm way off. I need to check my multiplication. And then I would go back and be like, oh, my placeholder 0, I need to put that in. So the reason we do this estimation is to make sure that we're accurate with our products, our answers. Let's try it again on these bottom two numbers. This one is 26 times 43. 26, when you're thinking about numbers, and again when you're rounding, 26 is closer to 30 than it is to 20, and that 6 would bump that 2 up to a 3. So 30 times, and then 43 is closer to 50 than it is to, or excuse me, closer to 40, because that 3 will not bump up my 4. So that's closer to 40. So now our estimated answer, 30 times 40, front numbers, 3 times 4 is 12. Boom, boom, magic zeros. There's 1, 2 in the problem, so I need 1, 2 in my answer. So my exact answer should be close to 1,200. Let's try it out here. 26 times 43. Now in this case, we don't necessarily need the larger number on top. You certainly can do it that way if you'd like. You'll get the same answer either way. That's the cool thing about multiplication. 3 times 6 is 18. Put the 8 down, carry the 1. Then 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1, 7. All right, check off the ones place, already done. Placeholder ready. Clean up my work from before. Now I'm ready to go. 4 times 6, 24. 4 down, carry the 2. Then 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2, 10. Last thing I need to do is add. 8 plus 0 is 8. 7 plus 4 is 11. Carry my 1. 1 plus 0, 1. And then nothing plus 1 is 1. So final exact answer is 1,118. Again, very close to my estimate. I have one more example to show you, again, of finding the estimate and the exact answers. So this problem is 59. Remember when it's next to parentheses like this, right next door, that means times 96. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the estimate. So let's take a look at our front numbers here, 5 and then 9. Well, that 9 next to my 5 here is going to bump it up. 59 is closer to 60 than it is to 50. And then this 6 is going to bump up my 9 to a 100, or excuse me, a 10, which in turn would be 100 because that 6 then changes to a 0. And 96 is closer to 100 than it is closer to 90. So perfect. Now, let's find that estimate. Front numbers, 6 times 1 is 6. This one's got a lot of fun magic zeros. 1, 2, 3. So I need 1, 2, 3 in my answer. So my exact answer should be somewhere pretty close to 6,000. Let's try it out. 96 times 59. All right, we'll start with the first ones place. So 9 times 6 is 54. 4 down, carry the 5. Then I do 9 times 9, which is 81, plus 5 is 86. All right, check off the ones place. Done already. Placeholder down, ready to go. Clean up my work from before. 5 times 6. I'm working in the tens place now. 5 times 6 is 30. 0 down, carry the 3. Then 5 times 9 is 45 plus 3, 48. Last thing I have to do is add my numbers. So now we'll take 4 plus 0, which is 4. 6 plus 0, which is 6. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry the 1. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So my exact answer is 5,664. Again, you can see that my exact product and my estimated product are very close. Nailed it! It's your turn, 4th graders. I'm really excited to see all that you know on your ticket today. So here's some of the directions you might see on your work today. It'll say estimate and then solve. That means they want you to round and find the estimated answer like I was doing in the previous slides, and then solve to find the exact answer afterwards, and check to make sure they're pretty close. Your first one you need to solve today is 91 times 35. Then when you're finished with that one, number 2, you're going to solve 87 times 42. Again, I'd like to see 2 answers for each problem, an estimated answer and an exact product or answer. Good luck.